the whole back panel and cut it up, and hopefully the latest Wednesday install it. So welcome back to this episode. On last episode we managed to get all this side of the driver's side all in primer and the back panel as well, and we've ordered a few things for this episode, so check these out. If you're ever going to build a caravan, motorhome, whatever you want to do, jump on Marketplace is my recommendation, because you know you can go to all the retailers that sell all the stuff that you need and you will pay like a wounded bull for it. If you just have a look every single day on Marketplace, have a look at what you're looking for, you'll find some cracking deals, and I'll show you some of the cracking deals that I have scored myself for this bus. Righto, so obviously you need hatches to access toilets, and obviously if you want to put some things on the outside, you will need some access doors and things like that. So they're expensive as hell. Now, some of them retail from $120 all the way up to $200 to $300. So jump on Marketplace, have a look, and I've scored myself 2 of these doors for $60. Now, just one of these doors alone set you back $120. Now, these are black, and I scored these for $60 for 2 on Marketplace. So that is a score every day of the week. Now, on Marketplace again, a different day, I managed to find another score. So for those of you who are very familiar with these, Sirocco fans. Now these are retail for nearly $200, so $180 you probably the cheapest you'll get them. Now I needed a couple for this bus. I managed to score myself 6 of these brand new Sirocco 2 fans. So have a look at them. So I got 6 Sirocco fans for $600. Now that's not a savings, then I don't know what it is. So it just goes to show, you know, if you have a look on Marketplace, just scrolling around, have a coffee, have a look every morning, you'll find a good deal. Now, as I said, those Sirocco fans, $189 each, 6 for $600. No brainer. Those hatch doors, you know, $120 each, $60 for 2, you know. So jump on Marketplace. If you're going to build something like this, you may find something that you're looking for dirt cheap. Otherwise, obviously, you're going to have to go to your superstore and find what you need there. Now, some of the other accessories, you know, just like little cable glands and roof vents and things. Obviously, I wanted a specific one, so I had to get it from Outback Equipment. If you want to jump over to their website, there's some awesome stuff on there, some crazy discounts on there as well. So what we got ourselves is some cable entry glands for solar panels. So they're basically just a roof mount with the glands to mount for the solar cables on the roof to keep the water out. And I've obviously got myself a singular one as well. That is going to be for the coax for the antenna to go on the roof. Now, we needed a shower vent. So I've got a shower vent from Outback Equipment as well. This shower vent is really, really good. Okay, so we got ourselves a Tarp roof hatch. So that's the fan in there, the exhaust fan for the shower. Obviously it's got adjustable speeds, and you just manually lift it up, and that goes on your roof of the shower. So that's what we're going to try and mount that up today. And we've got some tail lights coming from Outback Equipment as well. I mentioned them in last episode, so if you haven't already, go back and check that one. And we're going to install them as well once they arrive, and we've got a few other things we need to purchase, but for now I think we've got enough things to keep us busy, so let's get stuck into it. We have successfully cut out the hole in the side of the bus for the toilet cassette. I've just got to tidy it up, and then we can mount it up. There you have it, guys. I've cut out for the toilet cassette. So that just slides out of there. That's pretty straightforward. You basically open it up, lift it up, slide out your cassette, and then obviously you just have to pivot this and then fill it up with your water. And that's that. Happy days. Obviously I've still got to put an infill in there, and then we'll tidy all that up. We'll build an actual pocket with some Laminex so that it's all just one unit. That's how we'll do that. And now let's install the roof hatch. We're in the bus. We are going to install this hatch fan. So this is a Terra roof hatch fan. Obviously it's got I've got the other piece over there. It's got all the lighting around it as well, so that's really handy. And obviously you can manually open the lid and, you know, close it. So there's that. So it's a nice tinted roof. The only thing that I'm a little bit skeptical about is the hinge here. Now I'm not really sure if that's stainless or not, but I doubt it. It just looks like mild steel to me. So we may even just paint that, because I don't want that hinge there rusting. Not that you'll ever see it, I just like to preventative maintenance. So we'll sort that out. But this retails for about 130 bucks. It's from Terra Australia. Got it from Outback Equipment, so they're really handy. If you're ever trying to fit out a bus or a caravan, jump on there, man. They've got everything you need. So we're going to cut out for this. We're going to install this. So let's get stuck into it instead of jabbering on. Happy days. One hole cut in the roof for the vent. So let's see if it fits. Made it a bit of grinding here and there, but better to cut less than cut more, so they say. Let's see if it fits. Righto, it is the day of reckoning. We are pulling the windscreen out of this big girl, so we've got a lot of rust and things to fix up. I've also ordered, well, I've got it, is some crescent molding. So as you can see here, where obviously the old glue, it's got a nice seam there, and then in the middle as well there's another seam in there. So what I've got is some crescent molding. So if you can see just there, just some little crescent molding. So what we'll do, once the windscreen's in, I'll paint all them black. We'll just put them over the top just to dress it right up. So that's what we'll do there, and that'll make it look really neat. So hopefully we can alleviate all this mess here. Nice bit of crescent molding and a little bit just there as well. So we'll see how we go, and we'll try and get it all fixed and painted by the weekend so we can get the glass put in and brand new by this week sometime, hopefully. Let's get into it. Righto, we've managed to remove the windscreen and it is in very bad condition. So have a look at what it is so far. We've got a lot of work to do here. a lot of rust. So we're gonna have to fix all this up this afternoon and put a bit of rust converter and get it all primed up and painted. So maybe a 2-day project, maybe go over the weekend to try and fix this one, but we'll see how we go. Righto, so we've cleaned up all the rust there, majority of it. I've put a bit of rust converter on there and we'll let that dry, and now we're going to put some fiberglass over the top, so let's get into it. Righto, so I've just put a bit of fiberglass in there after I've put the rust converter on there. I've had the troubles with the GoPro all morning, keeps turning off. It's pissing me off big time. So what we're going to do is we'll let that dry and then we'll sand it up, and then we'll put a small smear of body filler over the top of that if there's any sort of imperfections in that, to make it all beautiful. And then we'll finish grinding up the rest of the area where the rust is. The top's pretty good, there's only a little bit of surface rust, same as the edges. The bottom is actually really good, there's actually no holes in it. So it was a lot of really bad surface rust, and at the end of the day it's actually turned out all right. So it wasn't as bad as I thought. So it should be a quick and easy fix. We should be able to get it primed up and painted today, hopefully, if the damn weather holds out. So that's what we're going to do. If not, we're going to make a makeshift little bit of a tarp over the top, and we're going to paint it anyway. So let's get into that. We are ready to paint the windscreen. I'll just show you the product that we're using here. Now, I haven't used this before, but it's supposed to be pretty good. I looked at the little sample of it, so it's pretty much a satin black finish. It's a 2-pack finish. So this is the kit here. It's about 150 bucks. It's about 1.5 litres if you mix it all up. It gets a nice satin black finish. You get obviously your TDS sheet. So it's mixed 4:1. Now this stuff dries in obviously a satin finish, and it looks really nice, because I have seen it before but I haven't used it. So we'll give it a crack on this. We'll paint it up, and then I'm also going to paint the crescent moulding, but once the windscreens go in, that's when we'll worry about the crescent moulding. So we'll paint the windscreen up, and then we'll worry about the crescent moulding later. Let's get into it. Right, as I said before, it's mixed 4:1, so I'm not going to need too much for this job. We won't go overkill. Go with that, it's more than enough for this job anyway. So all these mixing cups, they've got basically measurements on them. One says one number, and then you've got another corresponding number for your hardener, and then obviously you've got 10 to 20% for your reducers and things like that. So you get your hardener here. That's your next step after the paint. If we can open it. I know. And you just go up to your next line, next number, which is 2. So we went to 2 with the paint, 2 with the hardener. And obviously you've got your reducer here, which is your thinners. Now you can go with a 5, 10%, 20%, whatever you prefer. I just go to 10%. Now, the gun we're using is a 1.4 by water. And we'll mix that up. Now you should always strain all your paints. I should be using the PPS liners, but I've actually lost the cup that holds everything together. So we're just going to use the original pot on top. Which, if you're doing this at home, you probably only have that pot anyway. You won't have these disposable cups that you can chuck away. We'll mix that up. Right, we're just going to use this pot. I'm going to use this as a strainer. So just filter the paint with this. Blacks are a very dirty paint, so you want to strain them as best you can. And we're good to go. Right, make sure you're wearing your proper PPE, spray mask, gun's ready. We're just going to spray it at a very low pressure. Make sure it's spraying correctly. That should be fine. Let's get into it. There you have it. I've managed to speak to the Rain Man, and he has held off enough for me to get this painted and repaired and all done. So hopefully on Monday the guy can come out, get the glass, cut it up, and hopefully the latest Wednesday install it, so I don't have to have a tarp on this for too long. So that is it. The windscreen is all done. Now it's time to just move on to the fiddly stuff on the inside. I've been doing a bit of wiring here and there, but we'll give you a rundown of what we've done so far. So let's get into it. Alright, as you would have seen yesterday, I managed to get all the window painted up. We've just got it tarped up there. From a local company, by the way, they reached out to us and they gave us a trade tarp. So they gave us 2 of these. These things are awesome. So they come with poles and things. They're in like kits. So they've got like 2 orange clamps. There's a clamp just up there. They're super strong. They give you a couple of them, some tent pegs, some guy ropes, and as I said, they give you some tent pegs, some guy ropes, and some clamps, and two different size tarps. So we actually won them in a deal. So yeah, that's pretty good. So they're real handy. We've used them. That's all done. So it's all painted up in here. As I mentioned, everything's been rust converted as well, so we're not going to have any dramas with the rust later on down the track. Now, the age-old question. It's a bit dark in here. The age-old question is, what insulation do you use for a motorhome or an RV? Now, I have used in the past fitting out canopies, the foil board, if you haven't seen in the previous videos that I've done. So that's the 20 mil of this stuff here. So it's a full insulated both sides foil board with a foam composite in the middle. So now you can either use that 20 mil or bigger is probably I recommend for insulation if you're going to use foil board and things like that. So that's what I would recommend. Now on this bus, I think we're going to go with a mix of both. So I'm going to go with some wool insulation with an R rating of about 2.5. It's about 90 mil thick. It's obviously wool, so it's environmentally friendly. It doesn't have any formaldehyde and things in it, or harsh chemicals, and it's not itchy. So we'll use that. For the roof, as I said, I think we'll use the foil board because it has better thermal properties than obviously just the flexible wool insulation. We'll use that in the walls, and we'll use the foil board for the roof, and a couple of cavities here and there. We'll chuck it in the sides maybe, but we'll work it out. But that's what we're going to use for the roof. We're going to insulate the roof with some foil board, and we'll get stuck into it. So let's do it. There you go, managed to get a fair bit done already with one sheet. So I've just got to go down and get a couple more sheets, but we can definitely get stuck into doing the rest. Alrighty, so I've managed to cut a bit of plywood to mount the lights and the Sirocco fans to the roof, so I'll show you that. So I've cut a few of these. They're not really in there just yet, so we'll figure out where we're going to mount them in a sec. But there's another one there in the middle. That's got a small hole. That's where the Sirocco fan's going to go in the center. There's another one on the opposite side of the bed there. And then another one just on the other end of that Sirocco fan. Another one in the middle. And then there's two holes cut out there in the middle, which are a factory with the bus. We'll just put two lights in there as well, big ones. And then we'll just go a medium-sized light here as well. And then obviously just under here, we'll put another big LED light in there as well. So that's basically how it looks so far. So you've got when you walk in, so that's in the driver's cockpit area, and then you've got obviously a little one that's just next to that fan there. Then you've got the aircon, and then the two either side, and then another one here in the middle, which is obviously going to be the lighting, for your fridge and your microwave. That's going to be just over there. And then you've got another light there, and one other side there, and the Sirocco there. Now, these two here, I was going to use them, but we'll just use them as supports for the roof sheeting for now. That'll be fine where it is, but that's what we'll do. So I've managed to get what I can done with the foil board. I've ran out, so I need to order some, so it's going to be delivered next Wednesday, this Wednesday or next Wednesday. We'll see how we go with that. It's on order anyway, so we can get a bit done in the meantime. I've got to get some more wiring so we can run the cabling to those bits of plywood that I've just done, so we know where everything goes. Now, you need to run all your cabling and all the plywoods, basically all your cutouts where all your wiring's going to go before you put your roof sheets up. Now, before you start building walls and start building furniture around everything, you need to put the roof sheets up first. So that's the necessity. That's what we're trying to get done. We finalised the layout the other day, and now basically we know where everything is. We know where a 240 is going to go and a 12 volt. So we're just going to basically run the cabling, get everything right, terminate everything to where it's got to be, and then we can stick on the roof sheet. So that's exciting. So we're just going to go with a textured white roof sheet, and on the walls we're just going to go gloss white. So it'll be all happening. It's coming together very quickly. I've just got to get a few more things sorted first. The windscreen guy's coming out this afternoon, so he can get that all sorted so we can get the bus watertight again. And then we're going to get stuck into the big task of building the new door for this thing. So as you know already, it's got the bifold door on it. So that's the bifold door. We're basically going to replace that with an outwards opening door because of legalities, and we're probably just going to have it all glass nearly all the way down as well, so you can still see through it and it'll actually look pretty good. So we'll just tint it to the legal tint, and that'll be it. So that's what we're getting stuck into here. We're flat out. We've got a lot of electrical stuff that we'll run through with you, but for the meantime we're just basically working at the layout to run the wiring so we can get the roof sheets up, and then the rest of the fit out will come together pretty quickly. So as far as the bus build, we're making progress very fast. So let's get stuck into it and stop gas bagging. Righto, we hope you enjoyed this episode. We managed to get a fair bit done. We've got the windscreen out, which was a major battle to get fixed and done in the weather. So we managed to get it done. So next episode, we're going to have the windscreen in and we're going to start the fit out on the inside. So as you can see behind me, I've already started majority of the fit out. I've got the skeleton frame in there for the fridge and microwave, and I've also got a few other things done as well along the front here. So we've got the skeleton frame there and the overhead cupboard starting up there as well. So stay tuned for the next episode coming up. We're going to show you the EnerDrive setup that we have, the solar panels, which are 350 watt, there's times 2 of those, and we've started to put a few other things on the roof as well. So exciting stuff. It is coming together very quickly. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be epic.